Okay, so I've got my B foot back on, and what we'll do is we will demonstrate the two patterns which you wouldn't have expected to be to work with the Spanish hemstitching foot, but which work really nicely. So here we go. Off we go, and then you can just watch the stitching. So you can see on here, I'll speed it up a bit, that it is the star pattern. Stitch number 29 on this machine. And that looks like that. Okay, so we'll do a few more like that, and then I'll jump to the next one. And then I'll switch over and actually do the hem stitching. Okay. So the next pattern is 32. You can see is a flower pattern or a clover, whichever you think that might be. Oops. So that also works surprisingly well for hem stitching, which I would not have expected. So we will do a few more stitches like that and then begin. Do, and I could have clicked the stop button to finish the leaf, but I don't, or the flower or whatever it is, but I'm not really bothered about that right now. Okay, so what we'll do is we will show you loading the foot and attachment up. So raise the needle to the highest, pop the foot off. Easiest to do it in this order. It's hard to do this without putting my hands in the way of the camera. Pop the foot on like that, and put that under there. Now this has a little springy thing here, so you sometimes want to put the thread through it like that, and then bring the thread underneath. Okay, so there we go. And then last but not least, you need to put this little doohickey in. And there you go, that's as difficult as it gets. Then what we will do is load up the fabric. That one's there, and I'm just going to put that there in place. And we'll go back to stitch number 29, which is the star pattern. And let's see if make sure this feeds properly. We're almost time to change over to the leaf stroke flower, and then I can show you the results of the two together, which I rate highly actually. Okay, so let's change over now to stitch number 32, which is the flower one, and off we go. stop this time, so it should finish at the end. There you go. Magic. It finishes the stitch. And then we'll show you the results of this. So, there is, oops, let's zoom, find where it's in focus of the camera. There we are. So that's how it looks across the hem stitch, which as you can see is very nice. Just does across that, so that's really sweet. And then this one, the star one, because there's so many stitches in the middle, it actually creates that fantastic weave together. So you can see how that looks. Isn't that really funky? So I thought those were really, really nice. Better than some of the boring ones. And it was fun experimenting. I haven't tried everything, but these ones I tried and thought the results were really, really attractive. And very simple to achieve. In fact, easier to achieve than with the other type. So how nice is that? So I just thought of another character up here when I was looking across the top that might actually produce an interesting effect. And it's number 1, so one of the character fonts, and the 0 with the slice through it. So it also works quite well. I'm going to try that, and I'm going to try one more because it seems to work quite well as well. So it produces that, which is kind of fun. A different shape again across there. So if I try number 11, this is the AE. So we'll see what happens. So there's less across the middle and more on the outer edges, so that might give a really interesting effect. Stop, and that'll finish it when it's done. Okay, let's see what that looks like. So that also gives a really interesting effect. That's the letter AE, and that's the letter of an O. So I suppose I could reduce the width of that to make it less bulky, but this one actually looks just perfect as it is. Okay, so we'll go to the programming now. I've programmed it in. What I can do is hit function, repeat, and then all being well. This is the screen I'm trying to use. I'll tilt it towards. So when I go to function program, it shows me the letter A there, but actually I want that, which corresponds with that. So now it's 29, and when I flick it back, it goes to the letter A, which means I'm on the wrong one again. And so I reprogrammed everything to the wrong one. So user error, room for improvement. Click function. Now let's see what happens. We have a star, hooray! So we'll just run one more test before we put the fabric on. And I put a stop character in, so it should just lock it exactly as it did. So there, it finally programmed in right. Okay, let's try this, see what we get. So I've lengthened the stitch a lot to hopefully get a good result. Here's the end. So that's pretty good. So there it's really elongated a lot, and you can see you can get huge gaps between the fabric if that's what you want, a really light effect, and you can see the thread, which I like, going through the middle. So it would look, like that. It's really, it's an effect that I like. It's not everyone's taste, but it's a good effect. So it's very, very lightweight hem stitching if that's what you want.